Hey everyone, how's it going? Puntastic77 here, coming to you with some Team Fortress 2. I hope you're doing well. I'm playing as the demo man here on Frontier. And just a quick side note, Frontier is always the map that I do not look forward to playing the most because it always comes after Badwater when I'm playing on like a Valve server and people have forgot to either extend Badwater or to vote for Upward or another payload map that I like. So I always end up playing it right after I get warmed up on Badwater and have pretty decent games on it. So here I'm playing with the lock and load just because, you know, I wanted to play a scout or spy or get you something interesting with those two classes because I haven't played those in a while. But after a few lives and just realizing, oh yeah, I'm really bad at scout and I really don't enjoy spy that much, switched over to Demo Man. I was playing a really good objective Demo Man, you know, taking out a lot of sentries, clearing the areas, making sure my team was able to clean up a lot of kills here. And I talked about it in an earlier video here about how the change in the lock and load really bothered me and how I enjoyed it more when it was 2 shots and a lot higher damage here. And this is kind of transitions very well into what I wanted to talk about for today's topic, which is change in general when it comes to, you know, either TF2 or YouTube or anything that we're kind of familiar with that has a audience that needs to use it, and how kind of helpless you can feel when you are using it and there's a change. So what am I talking about? Pun, you're crazy. Give me an example. So for example, this whole YouTube change of service things. You've been seeing, if you've been paying attention to YouTube a lot lately, you've been seeing that one, the Fine Brothers have just been completely shit on because of this kind of change to where they can report people's videos for like copyright infringements and getting people's stuff banned, their videos banned. Now this hasn't happened to me personally, but I can see how it could possibly affect me in the future in a sense that, like, I don't own TF2, so if I show gameplay for TF2, right now it's under fair usage because I'm talking over it one and I'm playing in the game and all that kind of stuff, and I'm sure there's a lot of other legal mumbo-jumbo that goes into it. But the fact of the matter is I don't own the game, so for me to show footage of the game without written consent or consent of the developers or Steam or Valve or any of it is a big deal. But the thing is I feel powerless in the sense that if that does happen in the future to where I'm not allowed to show TF2 gameplay or any video game gameplay, I would just have to accept it. Like, I mean, I could make a fuss about it, which a lot of people are doing right now in regards to like the Fine Brothers and what YouTube has done, but it seems like it's always been futile. So I look back to my #1 example of when YouTube made everyone get a Google Plus account. Now I fought this tooth and nail. Like every time it asked me, "Oh, do you want to make a Google Plus account for Puntastic77?" I said no every time until the option to say skip or I don't want to do this right now was gone, and I had to do it. And people fought this, you know, like this is horrible. I hate Google Plus. People made videos and tirades and rants all about how integrating YouTube with this Google Plus thing is a horrible idea. And I agree with it. I agreed with it. I still agree with it. I have a stupid Google Plus page for Puntastic77, which I completely disabled everything on it, but it's still there. But the thing is, at the time I felt powerless, and I still do feel powerless in regards to it, because I was not able to get it changed back. We were not able to get it changed back, but we were still able to move on and get past it. And I feel like that's how a lot of things are. So with the Phlogistinator, that would be your counterexample. Like if I was commenting on this video and I heard this nonsense about not being able to affect things, well, you can say something like, "Oh, well, we complained about the Phlogistinator when they made it to where your health goes back up, and now your health stays the same, but you get the crit bonus here." I understand, yeah, a lot of people complained to it. I was one of those people. I made a video about how bad the Phlogistinator was and how I did not enjoy dying to it, but I enjoyed killing people to be fair. And now I've realized I do not use the Phlog at all. Like, it's just a weapon that is not in my arsenal at all here. So that's kind of what I wanted to get your thoughts on is, what do you do when you deal with something you don't like? Now, I'm a kind of person where I have to voice my opinion on it and do something proactive about it. I think that's the most important thing about it here, is that I will actively try and do something about it, whether it's write a letter, send an email, call someone, you know, letter of Congress, whoever it is. I'm not talking about video games and the internet now. I'm talking about just anything that displeases me or I don't agree with. But I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Do you just sit back and accept it like a lot of people do? Or do you actively try and do something? Or do you just kind of voice your complaints on here? Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. And thank you all for watching. I appreciate it so much. Pretty good game. Not a top score, but, you know, it is what it is. Thanks for watching.